Alright, ladies and gents, I think we are just about ready to get things rolling today. Let me crack my knuckles so we can begin. Hey guys, welcome to a bonus stream. Usually I don't stream on the weekends, but figured since I had some extra time, maybe we could do a spoilerific stream talking about some crystallized stuffs. I do have some background images here. Not the best quality, but I do have some images for the finale playing in the background. And in case it wasn't obvious already, this stream will contain spoilers. Yeah, we're going to do a spoiler talk stream today. Not sure how long this is going to be. Not sure how long I'm going to be streaming, but I figured, hey, why not? It's Sunday. I got nothing going on. Let's stream for a little bit. Let's talk about some crystallized spoilers. So I figured what we could do is we could just do kind of like an open Q&A thing. You guys could ask questions, talk about some stuff that you like about the finale, stuff that you don't like. I could comment on it. I'm in the process right now of arranging a bunch of videos based on the Crystallized finale. So yeah, we're also not doing normal streaming hours today, obviously, since we're starting a little bit sooner. But, you know, I just figured we could do a spoiler stream. I think that could be fun. Hashtag save Christophern. I like that. Yeah, Christophern needs to be saved. Christophern was planted at the very end of the season, right? Is that going to grow into like a giant tree or something? Giant tree next to the monastery for the next season? Maybe? Perhaps? More screen time for Oni Lloyd. And also, what did I think of Oni Lloyd? Yeah, let's talk about Oni Lloyd, because Oni Lloyd was pretty spectacular. Unfortunately, he didn't really have that much screen time, which was kind of disappointing, I will say. They kind of hyped up Oni Lloyd throughout the entire season as this big thing, but the payoff wasn't really there, in my opinion. I will say that is one criticism that I do have towards this season. Oni Lloyd should have been used more, I will say. The minifigure also should have had 4 arms. You know, they probably could have matched those a little bit better. The minifigure and the show model, they probably could have matched those a little bit better, in my opinion. Do I think Harumi is canon now? I will say, I don't think they are canon yet. I think Harumi is on a very good path here towards goodness, you know? Lloyd kind of insisted that towards the very end of the season. He's like, it's okay, guys, Harumi's with us now. She's a good character now. She's a good guy. I'm not sure if that makes them canon, though. They did have that little look towards each other towards the end of the finale, so I don't know what that means. She seems to be helping out. Maybe they will become canon. I don't know. Harumi's kind of a controversial ship in the community. Maybe they'll be canon. Maybe they won't. Did I like Harumi's redemption? I did. I thought it was appropriate. I figured that's where the season was kind of headed. So, yeah, Harumi's redemption. I don't mind that very much. I don't mind that. Harumi's redemption was pretty cool. Let's see. What else do we got here? Why was his skin gold? That's a good question. Not too sure why Lloyd's skin was gold when he was in his Oni form. That's a very good question. Not too sure. There's also a lot of other stuff about the finale that I'm not really sure about either. In terms of a donation, we got Alden, $1.99. Thank you very much, Alden, for the $1.99 super chat. Isn't the end, it's just the beginning. Yeah, I mean, that is one way of looking at it.
Would not want you to do this, brother.
And there's the Cursed Woo super chat there. That is one way of looking at it, yeah. Ninjago Crystallized kind of marks the end of this current saga, obviously. But it's also the beginning, because next year we have a new season, or a new series rather, 2023. Not sure what that's going to be. But yeah, I guess you could see this as the beginning or the end, no matter what you look at it. Is it a glass half full or half empty type of situation? Thank you, Alden, for the $1.99. I appreciate that. What twist caught you most off guard? I will say I love the twist with the Great Devourer. I'm going to be doing a video about that at some point this week, probably. But yeah, the Overlord kind of mentions, hey, it was me that corrupted the snake all those many years ago that bit you, Garmadon. Basically, this entire thing was my doing. I liked that. That was kind of a nice twisty twist there. I wish we saw like a flashback or something, though, you know, kind of confirming that. Instead, the Overlord just kind of says it, and you know, we're supposed to take his word for it. Not sure if he's fibbing or not, but I think we could have seen some type of flashback. I think that would have been nice. But I will say, I mean, that was a nice twist. The snake that bit Garmadon was corrupted by the Overlord. I liked that. Harumi pulled a Wanda. Yeah, the you took everything from me line. Yeah, that was very Wanda Maximoff-ish, I guess you could say. Did I like the Kai and Skylor moments? Yeah, I did. Kai and Skylor, I really like that couple, and they had some moments in this season. There's that really awkward scene. I forget what episode it's from. There's that really awkward scene where Kai's trying to hit on her, and Skylar's like, really? You've known me for how many years, and now you're finally hitting on me? I thought that was funny. Are they canon, though? I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Guess we will wait and see. I consider them to be canon, but that's just me. Where can you watch? You can watch them right now over on Australian Netflix. I would recommend downloading a VPN if you can, setting your location to Netflix, watching the episodes there. That's how I did it, of course. You get them in the best quality. I think that's probably the best way of going about it. I know some people do have them on their YouTube channels as well. Some people have uploaded the episodes. Not sure if they're still up, though, because, of course, you can't really upload full-on episodes and keep them up unless you're Lego. Speaking of Lego, didn't they just start uploading season 11 episodes randomly for some reason? I'm not sure what that's about there. Excuse me, 1 second. There we go. Just had to breathe there. I feel like I'm going at a bajillion miles an hour. In Germany, it's also fully uploaded. Cool. Is it in English, though, in Germany? I know for Australia, it is for sure. Did Asphira die? I don't think so. I don't think any of the Crystal Council members died except for maybe Mr. F. He was crushed by the Dareth billboard. Not sure if that killed him, though. You know? Could be still alive. I don't know. Guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. That is one thing that I will say as well. Mr. F, I wish they explained more of how he's back, what he is. Is he the rebuilt Mr. E? Thank you, Naruto, for subscribing. Yeah, Naruto. We'll go with that. Yeah, did Mr. F, is he Mr. E but rebuilt? Is he a different robot? Is he Echo Zane? They probably could have explained that a little bit better. That's one thing that I was kind of waiting for, because it's a weird choice, right? To have Mr. F on the council if you're not going to explain where he came from. My goodness. Do you realize now what Tommy meant when he said not all kisses are happy ones? Yeah, was he referring to the Zane and Pixel kiss from Compatible? I think that's the episode. Yeah, I liked that. That was a really sweet scene. I liked Pixel in that moment. That's probably the best we've ever seen Pixel. Also, speaking of Pixel, she drives the combo mech. I don't know if you guys saw that. She drives the Ninja Ultra combo mech from Ninjago Core. Thought that was pretty sweet. Didn't really mind that too much. The combo mech doesn't really do much combining though. Probably could have, made that a little more accurate to how it is in the sets, but I'm not complaining. The combo mech is there. That's cool. As Pixel's new mech. Yeah, sure. I don't mind that. What did I think of the Golden Ultra Dragon? Yeah, the Golden Ultra Dragon. Not what I was expecting. I was very much expecting the Golden Ultra Dragon to literally be the combined version of the ninja's dragon forms. I've mentioned that in many videos in the past. That's not what happened, though. Instead, the Golden Ultra Dragon is made up of the golden weapons and the ninja's elemental powers, from what I understand. Not really the best explaining going on there, but I liked the Golden Ultra Dragon. Not enough for me to buy the set. Still not going to buy that set. Not going to spend $150 on that Golden Dragon, but it was pretty cool in the show. I will say that. It wasn't what I was expecting, though, which I think is kind of a good thing, though, subverting expectations, all that fun stuff. It's not fun if you know the entire season before you watch it. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that the Overlord is truly defeated? I'm not so sure. I don't think so either. I mean, the Overlord, from what I understand, he's going to be a constant thing in Ninjago, right? You can't really destroy him. All you can do is just kind of put him off and put him off. It's kind of like procrastinating on your homework, Eventually, you just keep on putting it off, and you do a little bit here and then, but eventually it just keeps on coming back, and then it's a problem again. That's kind of what I see the Overlord as. Not really sure if you can truly destroy him. I think he's always going to be around, which begs the question, when is the next time that he's going to come back then? Is he going to come back sooner? Is he going to come back later? Are we going to see him again 10 years down the line? Only time will tell. Guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Bada bing, bada boom. Do you think Harumi should have been redeemed so quickly without any punishment? I think maybe she should have spent some time in jail. I almost thought that she got arrested towards the very end of the season, because you see her walking in the monastery, and behind her is the police commissioner. I thought maybe she was in cuffs. Looking back at the scene, no, she's just holding like a paintbrush or something, which means she's helping. The cop behind her was just some random character. So I feel like maybe Harumi should have spent some time in prison, for her crimes before she gets redeemed. But hey, Harumi did get redeemed regardless, so I am okay with that. The Archer, $10 donation. Thank you very much, Archer. Personally, I liked the ending, although I think it should have been longer. Also, it seems like the new series will have the same characters. What do you think? Yeah, thank you very much, Archer, for the $10 donation there. The ending should have been longer. I agree. I would not have complained if this season was 40, 45 episodes. I think they should have had as many episodes as they needed, to tell their complete story. Also, the new series having the same characters. Yeah, it seems like they're not going to be doing a next generation thing, which I'm sure is a relief to some people. But having the same ninja be the main characters again, hopefully we get some type of...
want you to do this, brother.
Thank you, Archer, for the $10 donation. Hopefully we get some type of time skip at least. I think the ninja need to be a little bit different in the next season, or the next series, rather. I'm fine with the same characters, though. As long as they're a little bit older, I'd say maybe. I'm fine with that. But yeah, not what I was expecting. I think it's good, though, for some people, for sure. I don't think a lot of people were super keen on the next gen idea, not gonna lie. But thank you very much, Archer, for the $10 donation. I appreciate that. Hope I was able to answer your question there. Yeah, it most likely will be the same characters next year. I don't think they're going to be switching up the roster. Maybe, like I said, the ninja will be a little bit older, but I don't know. Same characters, it seems. So I guess that's pretty good. Ninja glow up? I hope so, right? It's kind of like the same logic as when the redesigns came out, right? Lego felt like the ninja looking the same every single time was kind of getting old. That's part of the reason why the designs changed. So maybe next year we could get some new design changes, but maybe they will be older. Not like completely redesigning the ninja, but making them a little bit older. I wouldn't be opposed to that. What if Jay actually grows a beard? That'd be pretty sweet. Would not mind that. I like Jay with the beard. How do you switch your region? I assume you mean on a VPN. Kind of depends on what VPN you're using. I use NordVPN, not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored, but I'm not. It's pretty easy to switch your location there. Like I said, though, it kind of depends on what VPN you are using there. Garmadon better be human in the next series. I think I'm okay with regular Oni Garmadon, to be honest. I'm not sure if human Garmadon is really necessary at this point. At least that's just my opinion. I mean, obviously he could turn human. I don't know. I personally like the Oni Garmadon, though, being more good like the Sensei Garmadon. Nice combination of the two. Favorite Crystallized General? After the season is all said and done, who do I like from the Crystal Council? Harumi, if you count Harumi. Otherwise, Pythor, maybe? There was that one episode, I think it was Safe Haven. Pythor was actually some type of really intimidating threat there. He actually felt like a villain for the first time the entire season, and not just a British stereotype, which I feel like they tried way too hard to make Pythor British this season. Not sure why. Excuse me as I take a sip of my water there. How did I react to Garmadon faking his death? Yeah, that was pretty funny. I didn't mind that. Garmadon fakes his death, obviously. Lloyd goes full Oni there for a little bit. That was very much in character for Garmadon. I didn't mind that. Garmadon has always had that funny side to him. I thought that was right for the character. Didn't really mind that too much, I will say. Will the ninja get their powers back in Ninjago United 2023? Yeah, for those that don't know, we assume right now that this new series will be called Ninjago United. Not confirmed, though. Just what we've seen from leaks and whatnot. But in terms of their powers coming back, I'm not sure. What if the ninja are around, but they don't have their powers? And what if the powers go to different elemental masters, right? That way you could do a next generation thing while still having the old ninja around. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I'm kind of going back and forth. Not sure what they're going to do with the ninja's powers. Obviously, from the way that Crystallized ended with 0 consequences, part of me thinks that they're just going to get their powers back and, you know, sing Kumbaya or whatever. But I don't know. I would kind of prefer if they never got their powers back, to be honest. Maybe then there would actually be some consequences, but I have no idea. Can't really say for sure. Let's see, what else do we got here in terms of Crystallized stuff? Should have used the overture for the ending. Yeah, I agree. I'm not a super big fan of the choice to use Sally's song. I was when I first watched the finale. I was like, okay, they're using Sally's song. That's fine. But the more I think about it, the more I think they probably just should have used something that was, you know, better representative of the entirety of Ninjago, if that makes sense. Like the overture, the classic, you know, the da 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 da, like that. I'm not a singer, but you get the idea. They should have used that for the very end. Actually, there was a really cool edit going around YouTube right now where they edited the overture over the finale, and it's just much better. I think that they probably should have used that. Another criticism I will give the finale. Should have been the Weekend Whip. Might have been a little bit too peppy for the finale, but then again, they used Sally's song, so what do I know about peppiness and whatnot? What else do we got here in terms of Crystallized talk? Lots of stuff to talk about. I'm planning on doing a lot of videos this week, next week, talking about all kinds of stuffs there. I wonder if when Zane said 12 years, it will mean anything. Yeah, Zane says something, 12 years, 6 months or something. From what I understand, I saw a comment. Apparently, it's been 12 years since they started working on Ninjago, like the pilot episodes, or started writing them, if that makes sense. Which does kind of make sense when you think about it. So maybe that's what Zane was referencing. Otherwise, maybe the 12 years thing is a sign as to how far or how long the time gap will be, or the time jump. You know, maybe this new Ninjago series will pick up 12 years into the future and the monastery is fully built again. I don't know. It's probably not going to take that long to rebuild the monastery, especially with everybody helping, you know, everybody's in unison working on the monastery. Not too bad there. I like how they achieved dragon form. The ninja had to literally jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin. Yeah, and if you guys have not seen my review for episode, I think it's episode 28, they literally find out more about the dragon forms by folding the scroll. You know, the Weekend Whip made by the band The Fold. They're really like on the nose with that one. It's so obvious. It's kind of cheesy, but I like stuff like that. I like the cheesiness factor. Yeah, jumping up, kicking back, whipping around, and spinning. Who would have thunk it, right? Who would have thought that the Weekend Whip meant something after all these years? It's pretty crazy. I didn't mind that. Let's see. Do I think that Lloyd's powers are gone like the ninja's powers? Probably not. I'm pretty sure Lloyd still has his powers. Nia's obviously getting her powers back, so I feel like Lloyd and Nia may be the only powered ninja after this season. But like I said earlier, consequences don't really matter, or don't exist rather, so the ninja will probably get their powers back next series. It'll be fine. Quainish was a fool. Quanish or Quainish? Quanish? Either way, he's a fool. That is true. But he was right. He was right about something. Will Lloyd accept his Oni form? I think they totally could do that for the next series, right? Maybe have the Oni form mean a little bit more. Have Lloyd explore that. Maybe have Lloyd go down this dark path of truly becoming the Oni or whatever. I don't know. There's a reason why I don't write for Ninjago, but you know, I think they could totally do more with that in the future if they so desire. Is this the end of LEGO Ninjago? No, it is not. Ninjago will be continuing next year with a new series, so don't you worry, Ninjago will be sticking around. I saw an analogy earlier today. Someone said this to me in the DMs. It's kind of like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Same universe, but different shows. It's like that type of thing. From what I understand. Excuse me 1 second. Water break. There we go. Stay hydrated, people. Keep your bodies healthy. Where do you think Harumi got the money for buying all that Venge Stone? That's a good question. Probably stealing it, right? That's probably the most realistic answer. I like to think, though, the Overlord was selling his Pokemon collection on eBay, all of his Pokemon cards, and then he got the money to buy the Venge Stone. Don't know why he wouldn't just steal the Venge Stone, but I'm not the Overlord. I don't know what his plans are. I'm not in his head. If that makes sense, it probably does not. Forgive me, I'm kind of stupid. Do I think Harumi's hairstyle will change after the ending of Crystallized? I hope not. I like the current hair. Not too bad. I like Harumi's design overall. Probably one of the better designs for the female Ninjago cast, if I do say so myself. Do I think the Crystal villains are still alive or not? Here's what I was thinking regarding the Crystal Council, right? I think only Mr. F was the one that died because he was crushed by the Dareth billboard of all things. What a way to go. Also, what a way to die. That's not how I want to die, getting crushed by a Dareth billboard. But the other Crystal Council members, Esfiro got frozen, but Pythor, the Mechanic, Vangelis, are they still around? Maybe they escaped underground or something. Maybe they will be the bad guys for the next series. Who's really to say? Along with maybe Nauticon. If you guys haven't seen my video from yesterday, check it out. Rumor has it Nauticon's going to be coming back next year. Fingers crossed for that. Lloyd should have had his golden power back to defeat the Overlord. I kind of agree with that statement. Lloyd should have had his golden power back. Why wouldn't they do that, right? I mean, why wouldn't they? He's the golden Oni now instead of being the golden ninja. They could have easily had him combine the power of the Oni with the power of the first Spinjitzu Master. And there you go. Be the ultimate golden everything ever. I don't know why they didn't do that. Maybe it was just too confusing. I don't know. Personally felt like Ninjago Crystallized ending was full of problems. All the characters came back, but they don't even do anything. Nia's entire sacrifice gets reversed, etc. What do you think? Yeah, that's been a common criticism that I've been seeing. And let me just say, if you guys don't like the Crystallized finale, that's totally fine. Everybody has their own opinions. The finale was definitely not perfect, I will say that. But every single character coming back and not doing anything, I just don't think it's realistic to have every single character do something, you know? Sure, they brought back a ton of allies like the Shintaro guards, the Merlopians, a bunch of other characters came back too. It would be kind of difficult to include everybody doing something, everybody getting a line in this 11-minute long episode. Maybe if the episode was longer. Otherwise, I think just having them be there was good enough. Those are my thoughts on that. But in terms of like stuff like Nia's sacrifice being reversed, yeah, still not a huge fan of that. Still not a huge fan of Nia's sacrifice just being undone, undone rather. Excuse me. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Probably could have changed that up a little bit. She has her powers back now, right? So does her sacrifice really matter? I don't know. Should have seen the warning signs when Nia came back within the first, 5 minutes of the season. We should have seen it coming. Quanish was a fool. The dragon forms are beautiful. That indeed. Yeah, the dragon forms are gorgeous. Love how they look in the animation. My pictures here don't really do them justice. They are awesome. Watching them on the big screen in HD, great stuff. Great stuff there. Love the dragon forms. They did a really good job designing those things for the show. Speedy, $5 donation. Jay made a speech to the villains. Let's see, because it was one of the lessons that Wu taught them. The best way to defeat an enemy is to make them your friend. That is true. Yeah, one of my biggest criticisms for episode 28, was Jay's random little speech there. Everybody's gearing up for battle, and suddenly Jay is like, hey guys, violence is never the answer. We should all hold hands and circle the campfire or whatever, make some s'mores. I didn't really care for that, but that does make sense though. Jay is just using Jay is just using Master Wu's lessons. I think that does make sense in that context, Speedy. Not sure if I still like it though, or not sure if I change my mind on it, if that makes sense. I don't know. The more I think about it, I'll probably get over it. I just thought it was kind of annoying. But thank you very much, Speedy, for the $5 donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, Jay's like, come on, guys. It's okay. We can all be friends and be buddies. You want to watch Cheers on the couch? I don't know. Mr. Flame, 99 cents. Thank you very much, Mr. Flame, for the donation as well. What happened to the new ninja? After they got crystallized, they were fine. They're hanging out at the monastery towards the very end with some of the other allies. So I imagine they're just kind of allies now. Cool. Why not, right? I wonder if they're going to still be around, though, as new ninja. I don't know. Food for thought. Will we have 2 ninja teams next year? This is the type of stuff that keeps me up at night. Lizzie with the $2 donation. I hate how Harumi didn't get a punishment. Yeah, me too. I kind of figured maybe she could have been stuck in prison for a little bit. Maybe Lloyd could have visited her, brought her a cake with a file in it or whatever. But yeah, Harumi probably should have had some type of punishment. By that logic, characters like Pythor could have just been like, oh wait, I switched sides now, guys. I'm with you guys now. Haha, just kidding. And everything would have been fine. I feel like Harumi definitely should have had some type of punishment, Lizzie. I agree with you. Thank you very much for the $2 donation. As much as I love Harumi's redemption,
Father would not want you to do this, brother.
There's the Mr. Flame super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, as much as I loved Harumi's redemption, probably could have stuck her in prison for a while. Why not, right? Probably would have made a little bit more sense. Coolest part of the season.
Father would not want you to do this, brother.
There's the other super chat. Coolest parts of the season. Probably the dragon forms, to be honest. I like the dragon forms. I thought the transformation was awesome. In animation, they look amazing. I'd say the dragon forms. I was kind of hyped watching them transform and jump up and doing their kickbacks or whatever. That was a lot of fun. I liked the dragon forms. Speedy, $2. No problem. Here's a little extra. Thank you, Speedy. Thank you very much. Every donation goes a long way. Thank you very much, Speedy.
Father would not want you to do this, brother.
Maybe they'll give her community service. That's a great idea. Dude, you could just make Harumi the window cleaner. She could swap places with Lloyd. Community service. She can clean the windows now. There you go. There is an idea for you. If the Ninjago writers are watching, which they most definitely are not, make Harumi the new window cleaner. Speaking of the Ninjago writers and the showrunners, yeah, they bounced from Twitter a couple of days before the finale hit. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they left Twitter. The community is like in shambles right now. Where's Kat? For those that don't know, Kat is my roommate. Kat's actually on vacation right now. She's out of town. She was gone yesterday. She's gone today. She'll be back tomorrow. Not sure if she's going to be back in time for stream, though. I'll keep you guys updated regarding that. But yeah, she's on vacation right now. So she's not around. I'm here by myself for the first time in a long time. Am I reading Splinter in the Blind Man's Eye? I am not. I got to get caught up with all that. Jazz. It looks cool. Seems like a cool story. I need to read it. Apparently Lloyd gets shot or something. True story. Check it out. The Archer, $5 donation there. Loved it when Asphira was screaming revenge and Zane froze her mid-sentence. Me too. I was like, thank you, Zane. And even Kai says like, oh, thanks, Zane. If she said revenge one more time, I was going to lose my mind. Yeah, me too. You and me both, Kai. I liked that a lot too. Yeah, Zane's doing us all a favor there. Thank you very much, Archer, for the $5 donation.
Would not want you to do this, brother.
I liked that. They froze her. Thank goodness. Sorry, Asphira. I still don't like you. Or she can take care of Christopher. Yeah, there's Harumi's community service. Make her tend to Christopher and have her water the plant every day or something. Surely she'll make up for her crimes by watering the plant, right? Rate Crystallized 1 to 10. The entire season on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say maybe an 8, honestly. It had some pretty good setup. Really good stuff going on towards the middle. The finale didn't really stick the landing completely, but it was still fine in my opinion. I'd say the entire season, yeah, 8 out of 10. That's a fair score, I'd say. If you guys have not seen my ranking of the seasons video, I put that up earlier today. Feel free to check it out. Crystallized, I ranked pretty high, actually, compared to some of the other seasons out there. Not going to tell you what place I ranked it in, because I want you guys to watch the video. Thank you very much for watching the video in advance. But I didn't think it was all that bad. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Should Wu die? I think Lloyd is a good sensei. Yeah, that is one thing that I will say. If they were going to kill off one character, they probably should have killed off Wu. They should have killed him off during his initial battle with the Overlord. Like after he fell off the temple or whatever, he should have died there. I will stand by that. That would give Lloyd and Garmadon more incentive to, battle the Overlord. Would give them more of a reason to actually care during that battle. But yeah, I think Wu should have died. I will say. That and Pixel. Pixel was another character where people were like, oh, she's going to die for sure this season. Nope, everybody walks away fine. Lloyd's transformation was crazy. Yeah, I like that. Lloyd's transformation was pretty crazy. He transforms into the Oni. He grows 2 more arms, which I was not expecting, because the minifigure only has 2 arms, not 4. Should have had 4 like the show, where the show should have had 2 arms. Should have kept things consistent there. But no, I liked that transformation sequence. And a lightning bolt strikes behind Lloyd when he's in his Oni form. That's some good stuff. I just wish it lasted a little bit longer, you know? He kind of shoots like 2 beams at the Overlord and then sees his reflection and gets scared or something. Wasn't the best way of doing that, but it was all right. It was okay. Is this the last season of Ninjago? Nope, Ninjago will be continuing into 2023. New series coming next year. I guess you could say this was the last season of this current series, but next year we're getting a new series, so in the same continuity. I don't know what you'd call that. It's not the next season of the show, but yeah, I don't know what you'd call that. Lloyd's 4 arms freaked me out. Was not expecting that. Yeah, me neither. That was pretty cool. They caught me off guard with that one. Yeah, that is one thing that I will give Crystallized, right? They did a good job at catching me off guard. A lot of what I thought would happen in the season didn't happen. The ninja don't become the 4-headed dragon. Nobody dies. Subverting expectations is good, I guess, but I feel like maybe there should have still been some consequences. And yeah, Lloyd's Oni form having 4 arms, that was pretty sweet. I just wish the minifigure reflected that now. There's not a good way of making that minifigure unless you're willing to paint parts, which I cannot do to save my life. So, oh man, lots of stuff going on there. Liked the Overlord's old voice better. I was considering doing a video about that before the finale hit, talking about the Overlord's voice and how it's kind of hard to understand him. I will recommend watching this season with subtitles. The Overlord kind of has an Omega problem going on here. Half of what he says you can't really tell what he's saying, so watch it with subtitles. I liked the older voice too. I agree with you guys. I liked the older voice. Let me take a sip of my water really quick. Forgive me. There we go. Kind of out of breath here. Feel like I'm going a bajillion miles an hour. He sounds like Darth Vader. I don't know about that, but he does sound pretty raspy. It's kind of hard to figure out what he's saying sometimes. Yeah, watch it with subtitles. Long story short. What if Clutch Powers holding the teapot is foreshadowing the new series Ninjago United? Yeah, I mean, that's always a possibility. The book that we have for 2023, the book that I did a video on yesterday, is called, what's it called? The Search for the Lost Powers or something? That's either going to be the ninja searching for their powers or the ninja searching for clutch powers. Hence the title, Return, or Search of the Lost Powers or whatever. Maybe we will see the teapot. Maybe we'll see Nauticon next year. Fingers crossed for all that. Check out the video I made yesterday for more context. Bada bing, bada boom. Did you take these screenshots off your TV? I did, yeah. I just sat here at my desk and sniped some photos with my phone camera. I can't really take screenshots off of Netflix. They kind of restrict that, so this is the best that we got here. I will go through and update the screenshots eventually, just for the sake of this stream. You know, didn't really feel the need to do all that stuff. This is just a pretty casual, laid-back stream. So, yeah, pictures aren't the best quality, but they will be better quality in future videos. Don't you guys worry. Crystallized felt underdeveloped. That's fair. It's kind of like the analogy that I used in one of my reviews, right? It feels like maybe the season should have had a little bit more time to bake in the oven before being presented to the public. Maybe they should have... I don't really know how to fix the problems that Crystallized had. Was it like a time constraint thing? Did they need more time to tell their whole story? I kind of think so, right? Maybe they just introduced way too much stuff. I think there was just way too much going on this season. You know, lots of characters, lots of storylines that needed to be wrapped up. A lot of those were left over from Seabound as well. Like Nia being gone, they could have spent more time, I think, if focusing on other stories, if they axed other storylines, like maybe the ninja in prison. Maybe they could have cut that whole arc out in favor of building up the Overlord and the Crystal Council. I don't know. Not really sure how to fix the problems that Crystallized had, but I did think it was kind of like a time constraint thing. I think there were just too few episodes. They should have had more time. Should have had more time to tell their story. That's what I will say. Sucks we didn't see Akita. Yeah, Akita was not there. It's a shame. All the other allies were there. Where's Akita? I think you could say that we kind of saw her in that one episode where Zane's cloaker gets messed up. She kind of was there in a cameo, but not really. That's the closest that we're going to get to an Akita appearance this season. Quite unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. At least we saw a lot of other allies. That's for sure. So I guess in 2023, Garmadon will be Sensei Garmadon again. I think so. Yeah, I feel like he will be Sensei Garmadon. It doesn't Kai like sarcastically call him Master Garmadon at some point during this season? That was probably foreshadowing for the next series. He's probably going to be Master or Sensei Garmadon again. Why not? We didn't see Scott. I think Scott was there, wasn't he? I thought Scott was there during the final battle as like an ally. Because I saw Scott, I saw some Prime Empire rats. Who else was there? Lots of characters. Obviously, Vanya came back, thank goodness. The Upley, Korgran, and all them. Adam. Yeah, Scott was there. I thought so. Yeah. Wasn't there like an animation mistake too, where he was like Prime Empire blue in one scene? Probably. Or in one shot, rather. Yeah, Scott was there. Understandable. Yeah, Unagami was there too. That's pretty sweet. Aren't the streams supposed to be on weekdays? Yeah, we're just doing a bonus stream here. This isn't like a normal stream. We were just kind of talking about the Crystallized finale, talking about spoilers and such. Sucks that Vanya and Benthamar didn't get any lines. I get why, but still. Yeah, it did feel a little bit weird. Maybe they could have recycled some lines at least if the voice actors weren't available. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, 11 minutes isn't that much time to tell this whole story. Some stuff is going to have to be cut for the sake of time. It would have been nice though to see some characters talk, right? Some of the background characters talk. I don't know. The ending was a bit off, I agree. But I'm not sure how to fix that problem, like I said. I'm not sure if the season needed more time or if the writing left a little bit to be desired. Something's off here. Can't quite explain what it is. Think Christopher should turn into a human, turn into the elemental master of nature, and then he could change his name to Christopher, and the prophecy would be complete. I don't know about that. I think if anything, Christopher is going to grow into a giant tree or something. Maybe it's going to be some type of important plant in the future. We're just going to have to wait and see. We will just see. Ooh, what if they rebuild the monastery into the dojo temple and Christopher turns into the tree that comes in that set, right? The tree that's off to the side. There you go. There's a plot twist for you. They're not rebuilding the monastery. They're making it the dojo temple. And Christopher is going to be that tree. You heard it here first, people. That's what's going to happen. Route should have been 20 minutes long. Yeah, I feel like if anything, having these episodes be 22 minutes probably would have helped it out a lot. But that's just my opinion. 11 minutes restricts a lot, I will say. Didn't really get that until this season, unfortunately. Harumi meeting Akita, awkward for Lloyd. Yeah, maybe it's a good thing that Akita didn't show up, right? Because then it would be like, oh, this is awkward. Hi, love interest. Hi, other love interest. What a Look how messy this is. Couldn't think of the word there. Forgive me. A little bit tired. So I guess the powers came from the dragon. Yeah, that is one thing that I really didn't understand either. Like, where do these powers come from? Master Wu is like, oh, the powers are going to turn into their original form, and then they turn into a dragon? Or the weapons, rather. The weapons are going to turn into their original form. So, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Did the powers come first, or did the dragon come first? Did the weapons come first? What came first? I'm very confused as to how these golden weapons were forged. Ooh, we have some bots in the chat. Hello, bots. I see you. It's been a minute since we've seen the bots on this stream. There you go. See, Cat's not here and the bots show up. It's a curse. It is a curse. But yeah, the powers, I'm not really sure what came first. Like, how did the weapons get made? That's something that I think about a lot after watching the finale. Hope we get to see more realms. I imagine we will. We're probably going to see more realms in the next series, I imagine. They'll probably show up at some point. I guess the ninja will never lose their powers forever. True. It's always going to be this back and forth thing. Sometimes they will have the powers, sometimes they won't. Ugh, confusing. Very confusing. Where are the bots? In the chat. Sometimes we get bots in here. We haven't gotten bots for many, many months, though. Or months or weeks. How long has it been? Can't remember because they haven't been here in a while. I don't know why they're here now. It's because Cat's not here. You guys were right. I knew it. Opinions about the final scene's music. Like I said earlier, I didn't mind Inner Steel playing over the finale when I watched it. Afterwards, though, I do agree the overture would have been a much better soundtrack for that final scene. It probably would have been a lot better, but, I didn't mind Inner Steel. It's not a bad song. I just don't think it's representative of the entirety of Ninjago as much as the overture might have been, if that makes sense. Lloyd said that the Oni can't care about anyone, even though Mistake died while protecting the Resistance. Yeah, I just think that's really inconsistent writing. Maybe the Ninjago writers should have had a refresher before they wrote this season. Again, I'm not really sure what the problem is or how to fix the problem. But yeah, there was really no reason for Lloyd to be all against the Oni, because Mistake had proven that not all Oni are bad, So I will say, yeah, kind of inconsistent there on Lloyd's part, but I don't know. Whatever works, I suppose. At the very end, it's all good anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Nothing happens, Everybody lives, no consequences. I don't know. Everybody hates that Harumi was redeemed. I've seen people be pretty split about Harumi's redemption as well. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I don't think it's all that serious, though. I never said that Harumi... I've always said that Harumi's redemption, if it were to have happened, it's not going to be that serious of a thing. I think people are kind of overreacting about it, Same deal with Lloyd not liking the Oni or whatever. I think people are overreacting, to be honest. It's not that bad. At the end of the day, like I said, this is a Lego show. It's Ninjago. Nothing really matters. The world keeps spinning. We all keep breathing. The world keeps going around. I can understand why some people may be bothered by that, but like I said, some folks are just taking it a little bit too far. I guess. Who's really to say? How long until the live is done? I'm not sure how long I want the stream to go. I'm thinking maybe an hour, We're already about 40 minutes in, so maybe another 20 minutes. We'll just do the normal hour time. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a stream here just because I had some extra time and feel the need to talk about some crystallized stuff. Lloyd's emotions towards Garmadon were probably what made him say that. Yeah, very true. He was probably just clouded, or his judgment was clouded by his hatred towards his father. That makes sense. Or his, not hatred, but hesitation towards Garmadon. And I don't blame the dude. I mean, he threw him through a wall, Threw him through a wall. Yes, there you go. I don't blame Lloyd for having some hesitation towards his dad. 10 hours? I don't think we're going to go 10 hours. I don't think I have it in me today to stream for 10 hours, but we'll probably just do the 1 hour. Why not? I feel like the next season will explain a lot more. Yeah, I think that too. I think the 2023 series will kind of pick up the pieces from Crystallized, but if that's the case, I'm not sure if I like this trend here of every season spending the first couple of episodes picking up the pieces from the last season. Because that's what Crystallized did in its first few episodes, right? They went back and kind of picked up the pieces from Seabound. They had a whole episode about Nia post Seabound. I'm not sure if I like that trend. I think that 2023 should explain some stuff about Crystallized, but I hope they don't spend too much time on it. I think each season should kind of be its own thing, Not really focusing on picking up the pieces from other seasons. I think every season should end their story, Not have it continue into the next one. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. How do I think the 2023 series should start? I'm hoping it starts with some type of time jump, right? I would love to see like a time jump into the future. Not sure how long into the future, but I feel like they should probably take it into a new time period. Because why not? That would signify it as the start of something new. You could still have the older ninja around, obviously. They most likely will still keep the older ninja. But maybe they could be a little bit older. Because why not? I think they should start with that and go from there. In this instance, Crystallized needs an explanation. Yeah, I do want some explaining, but like I said, I hope they don't spend a whole lot of time trying to explain what Crystallized should have explained itself, if that makes sense. How did you get these screenshots? Just took pictures from my phone. These are all pictures taken off my TV screen. They're not going to be the best quality, but, they're my quality. There you go. Nauticon versus Crystal King. Yeah, why not bring back the Overlord again, right? Sure, the Overlord's probably going to be coming back at some point regardless. Might as well bring him back next year. It could be like a whole thing. It could be like rebooted, The Overlord came back immediately following Season 2. So maybe they should do that with this season. Why not? For sure. Didn't the powers come from Lloyd? See, that's another good question. Are the ninjas still dependent on Lloyd for their powers? Probably not. It's been a minute since they've been dependent. But, just something else that needs to be explained. This guy has to stop coming back. Yeah, like I said, it's like they keep on putting off their homework or something. They just keep on delaying the inevitable. And like I said, though, I don't think there's a way for the Overlord, to truly be defeated. I think he's always going to be some type of constant. But it's just going to be this thing now where every couple of years they can kind of schedule it out. It's like, oh, next year we get to fight the Overlord again, guys. Good news. The Overlord is scheduled to come back in 6 months. Let's start training. It's going to be that type of thing. Garmadon was nerfed. I'm not sure if Garmadon was really nerfed per se, right? He was pretty powerful. His new Oni form was really spectacular. Oh, speaking of Garmadon, can we talk about how the comics are no longer canon? Or at least they don't seem like they are canon, because Garmadon's backstory, when you try to line it up with the backstory that was presented in the comics, doesn't make much sense. According to the TV show, Garmadon just kind of roamed around Ninjago City until he found Vinny and Christopher and all that fun stuff. In the Garmadon comics, he actually goes on this epic quest where he finds his own humanity deep down. That's a shame. The comics are so cool. The Garmadon comics are awesome. They should have had like some scenes animated in Crystallized explaining that. Don't know why they didn't. Maybe they could still be canon, but I don't know. They're not looking likely. We were told that the Garmadon comics were canon. Not sure if they are anymore. That was kind of disappointing, I will say. My brother keeps saying that Harumi and Lloyd are siblings. I think people say that because Garmadon, I guess, said that he adopted Harumi, but I didn't see him fill out any papers. I don't know if it was an official adoption. It was more like, oh, you're my daughter now, because my son, I threw him through a wall. He's dead to me. But you can be my daughter. It's like that. I don't think they're genuinely siblings now. You can't really be saying that, but, you know, I get why people have that mindset. I get why people say that. I don't think that way, though. You know, like I said, Garmadon didn't fill out any papers. It's not official. Let's see. For a show about balance, the final battle was very dragon-sided. Yeah, that is true. Probably should have had a little bit more Oni stuff going on there. Balance it out a little bit. They should have just had Lloyd be in his Oni form throughout the entire finale, instead of just for about 12 seconds. I think I counted 12 seconds of screen time. Might have been longer. Who's to say? Has Ninjago finished for good? Nope, Ninjago will be continuing next year into 2023 with a new series. Fantastic. Not going to be a reboot, not going to be anything new, or it will be new, but it's not going to be a reboot. It's going to be a continuation. Ooh, 20 seconds? What did I say, 12? It's okay, guys. He had 8 seconds more of screen time. Thank goodness. 20 seconds, is that really all he had? That's crazy. Can you imagine buying the Golden Dragon set for that Oni Lloyd minifigure and having him only show up on screen for about 20 seconds? I'm so glad I didn't do that. That is crazy. That's unreal. And plus, the Oni minifigure isn't even accurate to the show. It only has 2 arms. Dude, that's nuts. 20 seconds of screen time. It's crazy. Are there ninja in this new series? Probably. Everybody survived, so I imagine they will still be around for the next series. Why not? 14.7354 seconds to be exact. I need to actually time this thing. I got to see how much time Oni Lloyd had on screen. Are we going to talk about how Garmadaddy chose a plant over his child? I mean, I would too. I mean, Lloyd's cool, but have you seen this plant though? Have you seen Christopher? I don't know. Garmadon, he was weird. He's a weird dude. He paid for his pizza with a camera. I guarantee you that wasn't his camera. It was probably Vinny's camera. That poor guy. Yeah, I choose a plant over Lloyd as well. 4 arms means double the hugs. Very true. Garmadon should have loved Lloyd more. Yeah, probably. There should have been some mutual love going on there. They kind of spend this season at each other's throats until they eventually learn to love. I don't know. 24 seconds? Oh, man. Screamed when the ninja got crystallized for like 10 seconds. Yeah, there is that very brief moment in time where they were crystallized. I thought that was really cool. That was a lot of fun. Probably should have been a little bit more, but hey, we got to speed run through this thing, right? We got to speed run through this season. We only have limited time here. Oh, man. Yeah, I liked when they were crystallized, though. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was all right. As I take a sip of my water. Oh, man. Do I think they're going to bring back Oni Lloyd? I hope so. I hope they bring back Oni Lloyd for more stuff. That'd be a lot of fun. You know, it would feel like maybe the Oni form actually means something then, instead of having the entire season get spent talking about the Oni form and then having it only show up for like 12 seconds or however long it was. They should probably bring that back for more stuff. So is this new series like the difference between season 7 and 8 after the movie? I think you can kind of see it like that. I think I'm going to go with it more. It's more like from what it sounds right now, it's more like how Season 10 and Season 11 were treated, you know? March of the Oni into Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, because technically, March of the Oni was the end of Masters of Spinjitzu. Season 11 started the new Ninjago series that was just called Ninjago. Technically, they're different shows, but set in the same continuity. It's probably going to be something similar for 2023, where Crystallized marks the end of that show, and a new show will start in 2023, but it will still be in continuity, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's going to be more like that as opposed to the difference between 7 and 8. Probably going to be more like the difference between 10 and 11. Kai and Skylor were going to kiss again at the end, and then Dareth ruined it again. I agree. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's a scene in the monastery at the very end where Kai and Skylor, they almost kiss. It was almost perfect, and then Dareth ruined it for a second time, calling back to Season 4 when it happened the first time, and that solidified my hatred for Dareth even more. Not a huge fan of the Dareth character, and he keeps on doing things that makes him drop lower and lower down the pole. Yeah, hashtag down with Dareth. I agree. No, I saw that. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was pretty sweet. I saw that and I was like, oh, Dareth, again, you ruined this for me. No, Kai and Skylor are probably going to be together from now on. Thank goodness, because I love that pairing. I feel like they were always kind of talking to each other, but, you know. Oh, speaking of Skylor, is her crystallized minifigure canon? I don't think so, right? I don't think she ever changed into that outfit that she has in the Golden Dragon Raider set. I think they just used the hunted outfit the entire time, didn't they? That's stupid. They should have had Skylor with her new outfit, unless I missed something. But I didn't think they did. I don't think they ever changed Skylor, which is disappointing. What the heck? Do I think that Garmadon died? No, he was just faking his death to get Lloyd to unlock his Oni form, which is very much in character, like I said. But yeah, maybe they should have killed Garmadon. Or Wu. Probably Wu. Wu would have been my choice. Does Garmadon still have his powers? I don't see why not. Maybe the Overlord injured him to the point where he doesn't have his powers anymore. But I think Garmadon still has his powers. I don't see why he wouldn't. If they're bringing back old characters, why did they even end the series and make a new one? I mean, that's a good question. Like I said, though, it's kind of like the difference between 10 and 11. Season 10, Season 11. Same story, but different show. I think they're doing something similar here. Not sure why they need to separate it, but I don't know. Maybe they just wanted another definitive ending for Ninjago. There's a couple of different points where Ninjago ended, I guess. Season 2, Season 10, now Crystallized. I don't know. Yeah, it will be called Season 1. New series, boys. Let's get it. New series. Why didn't the Elemental Masters come back if they meant to bring back everyone? Yeah, I don't think we saw any other Elemental Masters aside from Skylor during the finale, which is very strange. Maybe, is it because some of those Masters have not been animated in the Wild Brain saga just yet? I don't know. It's a good question. Why didn't they bring back some of the other Elemental Masters? It's literally 2D and will never be the same. We don't know that for sure. We don't know that it's going to be 2D for sure. We know that one of the animators working on it is a 2D animator or a storyboard artist. Doesn't mean that the show itself will be in 2D, though. We're just going to have to wait and see. I think it'll still be 3D, to be honest. As much as I would love 2D Ninjago, I don't think they're going to be doing that. They're probably going to stick with 3D just to, have it be more in line with what we saw before. We're just going to have to wait and see, though. It's not confirmed that it's going to be 2D. Not sure where that inconsistency, or not inconsistency, but, I'm not sure where that came from. If Ninjago looked like Monkey Kid, I wouldn't be complaining. Yeah, me neither. I think that Monkey Kid has an awesome art style. Maybe Ninjago should try to utilize something similar. I don't know. We've seen Ninjago use 2D animation before in some of those other episodes, the filler episodes, the dreaded F word, the filler episodes. So maybe they could do that for the whole show. I don't know. Like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see. What's your opinion on Harumi's redemption arc? I didn't mind it. I thought that her redemption was needed and necessary and was actually represented pretty well. Maybe she should have spent some time in prison, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. Garmadon more like Garmagon. More like Garmagon to go get the milk and not going to come back for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Opinion on Garmadon this season. I liked Garmadon. I feel like he could have been around for longer, though. But I get why they had him come in around like episode 20. That makes sense to me. I liked Garmadon. Didn't mind him this season. Glad to see him come back. Also, in terms of like the Overlord coming back, The Overlord returning was one of my dreams for the longest time as a Ninjago fan. Glad they finally did that at one point. So, Harumi is on probation. Or like we said earlier in the stream, she could just do community service, make up for it there. That surely would make up for all of her crimes, right? Thank you, Phasma, for subscribing. It's like Phasma, but with an X instead of an A. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Oh, also, you guys, I gotta mention, we hit 130,000 subscribers recently, which means I can get started on the giveaway. Fantastic. Yeah, we're going to be doing a giveaway at some point here soon. We'll probably be doing that maybe this week or next week, but the giveaway will be happening very soon, so keep checking the channel for that update. It'll be coming very, very soon. Don't you worry. Didn't the commissioner take her away at the end? No, he was just walking behind her. It was just a random character walking behind her. I thought that she was in cuffs the first time I watched it. Going back and watching it again, no, she just has a paintbrush. She's fine. No one cares that Harumi killed a bunch of people. It's okay, guys. Redemption. I feel like, yeah, she should have had some type of prison sentence, but I'm not a Ninjago writer. I don't know. But no, she was not taken away. The cop just so happened to be walking behind her. Very awkward choice in character, but it makes sense. I don't know. Lloyd loves people too much. Yeah, unless they're an Oni, and then Lloyd hates them. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Lloyd, I don't blame him for, I guess, accepting Harumi. It's not like the fans' apology to accept, it's Lloyd's apology to accept. And if Lloyd accepts Harumi, then maybe we all should. I don't know. Just food for thought there. Food for thought. He was just watching her. Yeah, they have the cop watching her 24/7 now. That's her punishment. She's 24/7 under police surveillance, just in case she does something weird again. I don't know. I didn't mind Harumi. I didn't mind her in this season. Loved episode 26. Freaked out over the Pixane kiss. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Pixane fans are winning. I will say, Zane fans kind of lost with the Ice Emperor episode. That wasn't very good. Can we talk about that really quick? Yeah, the Ice Emperor episode. What was that, man? Return of the Ice Emperor. Could have been so much more. Oh, that was kind of disappointing. I think that was my least favorite episode of the entire season. The Ice Emperor one. Kind of pointless to bring back the Ice Emperor. They did it just for the funnies, just for the memes, and it wasn't funny. It was funny like the first couple of times Zane was trying to, act like the Ice Emperor, but I don't know, it got old really quick. I wasn't a huge fan of that episode. If you guys have seen my review for that one, you would know, yeah, not a huge fan of that episode. I feel like they could have done that a lot more. They could have done a lot more with the Ice Emperor coming back, Ugh, such a shame. Crystal Council was underused. Yeah, the Crystal Council were very important for the first couple of episodes, and then they eventually just dropped off and they stopped caring. The show was like, all right, they're back. They're in the background doing their own little things. I like how we saw characters like the Mechanic and Pythor get some episodes to shine, but yeah, where did they all go after the season wrapped up? Who knows? Couldn't tell you. They all disappeared into another dimension or something. Never to be seen again. Until next year when they all come back and get defeated by the ninja within the first few episodes, and then we'll move on to something else, right? Like I said, we pick up the pieces and then move on to something else. Overlord x Great Devourer. Yeah, I mean, I liked the Overlord and his connection to the Great Devourer. I liked that little retcon there, because it makes sense, right? The Devourer bit Garmadon so he could become a vessel for the Overlord. That makes sense. He eventually did become a vessel for the Overlord during Season 2. So yeah, that made sense. I didn't mind that. It also makes more sense why Garmadon turned human again at the end of Season 2. And I think that retcon was actually important. I like that one. It made a lot more sense. It actually fixed some continuity problems. So, was the Overlord's VA the same as Season 2 to 3? Yeah, it's still Scott McNeil, right? He's just doing a different type of voice. I don't mind Scott McNeil. I like him as a voice actor. He's been in a lot of really cool stuff. But yeah, same voice actor from what I understand. Not too bad. Let's see. We're about 58 minutes in. I think we're going to end things off at about an hour. I think we're only going to do an hour stream today. So, any last minute questions before we wrap up the stream? I think we're going to wrap it up when we hit an hour. Just an hour bonus stream here. And we'll be back again tomorrow for a normal stream during normal hours. Don't you guys worry. But we have a few more minutes left, so maybe we should answer just a few more questions about Crystallized before we wrap things up here. Just a few more. Lloyd is jealous of the plant. Yeah, imagine your dad likes the plant more than you. No wonder Lloyd is so angry during this season. A tail strike beat the Overlord. Yeah, I mean, the Crystal King was destroyed. His physical form was, but the Overlord is probably still around. He's probably still hanging out somewhere. Lizzie, $2 donation. What if Garmadon died and who showed up was Nauticon? Ooh, that'd be interesting. I think Nauticon will be showing up at some point here soon. Probably for 2023. If I had to put money on a villain coming back, it probably would be Nauticon. All the signs are pointing to it. The teapot keeps on showing up. We have that new book coming out that kind of talks about Nauticon.
Father would not want you to do this, brother.
So thank you, Lizzie, for the $2 donation. I like that idea. Nauticon should come back. I agree with you. Do you think they should have waited like a year before announcing the new series? I'm not sure, because if they took a year break, for example, I feel like a lot of people would have moved on. If they end Crystallized and they waited a year to announce the new series, people would just assume that Ninjago was over, right, and move on to something else. I think that was a big problem with the end of Season 2. There was a huge gap in between that and Rebooted. So many people thought that Ninjago just ended, which, to be fair, it did, but they brought it back. I get why they announced the new series right away, because they want people to know that Ninjago is still going to be around, just so they don't lose fans. I think that was a smart choice. Probably would have made a little bit more sense if they waited a little bit longer, because it's a new series, but I get why they announced it. I understand that choice there. When will Ninjago Crystallized be out on US YouTube? That is a good question. It's a question that I can't answer because I don't know. But Ninjago Crystallized will be coming to Netflix in the US on October 10th. So mark down that date on the calendar. October 10th is the Netflix US release date. And with that being said, guys, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Just an impromptu hour-long stream here. I had fun, though, talking about some Crystallized stuffs with you guys. I will be doing many more videos this week and next week talking about Crystallized even more. The stream also gave me a couple more ideas for videos, so that's always great. There's a lot that I want to talk about regarding this season. I think it's important to talk about this season for as long as we can. This was a pretty big season, and there's a lot to discuss. So, yeah, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this quick little impromptu stream on this lovely Sunday evening. Let's put some hugs in the chat for those that don't know. We end off every stream with a big round of group hugs. Let's get some hugs in the chat for all of you lovely people out there. Thank you all so much for tuning in, everybody. If you want to, leave more comments on this stream, talking about Crystallized stuff, anything that you had for video suggestions, anything that you want to see me talk about, leave all your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching this stream, everybody, and I will be back tomorrow, normal stream time tomorrow for another stream. So thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for all the hugs. Thank you guys for being awesome during this stream, and I will talk to you guys again really soon. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.